Wait, you've been recording this whole time?
Oh, have you really? Okay. So do any of you know who Phil Knight is? Well, fresh out of business school and with $50 in his hand from his father, he started selling shoes out of the trunk of his 1960s Plymouth. That year, he made $8,000, and 40 years later, he would create a multi-billion-dollar company that sells sportswear around the world that we know today as Nike. So today, I'm going to talk to you about the process of opening up a new business, and I basically broke it down into 3 main steps. So you want to have an idea, you want to consider the risks, and make the plan. So what I found on entrepreneur.com is that contrary to popular belief, 50% of businesses fail within the first year, and 95% of businesses close shop by the 5-year mark. But the truth is, actually, 70% of the small businesses actually stay open and remain in business for at least 2 years, and 50% for at least 5 years. And that leads me to the first question: what it takes to start a business. All right. So first of all, you want to have the image of the business you want to create. You want to find a common problem that people are having, and you want to find a solution to that. You want to make sure that your idea and solution are unique, and that you're the only one offering it in the community, and you really want to know your competition. You want to make sure that your competition, there's no other companies that are offering the same product as you or something similar, so that way your product isn't defeated as soon as you put it on the line. And you also want to confirm that your idea is realistic. You're going to make sure that you're able to create it, mass produce it, do whatever you need to do to get marketed to your buyers. So part of that being realistic is also in addition to our next point, which is going to be knowing the finances and considering the risk. So the first part of that is definitely considering the factor of money. So financing the business requires a large amount of money from almost any business that you're starting. And in most cases, it'll be out of your own pocket. Most people think about opening a business that they tend not to have those funds available. So the solution to this is if you have an investor that's willing to invest in your product or your business, that's a great option if you have that available to you, or financing through a bank or through loans. And there's also financing companies which if you pitch a business plan to them and have it fully spread out for them, they'll actually invest money into your company as well. A recent development that actually has come out recently is that you can use to help fund your business is called crowdfunding. So this is I found online is some companies you might know is actually Kickstarter or Indiegogo are some examples of that. Which basically through these sites such as Kickstarter, you can raise money from a crowd in return for a token incentive, like pre-release of the product. You give them a discount on the price, and they get certain customizable options that aren't offered to the public. And I basically got that off Julian Hills on how to finance a startup company on entrepreneur.com. And second point would be time. If you plan on pursuing your dream of opening a business, expect you to put a lot of time when you first open it. It's going to require a lot of man hours, and you're going to be staying up all night working on stuff, getting stuff planned, getting stuff ready for the next week, every day, working on your business and dedicating all your time to that. Lastly, definitely competition. You want to know your competition before you jump into the market. If you don't know what your competition is going to be, they can knock you down as soon as you try to get up. So you know your competition in the market, know which avenue you want to take, and make sure you protect your patents if you have a patent for your product. And once you've accomplished this, basically you move into the point where you need to create a plan for your business. So setting a plan for your business is basically you want to create the outline of what you'll expect for your business, the future of your business, and you want to get all of your legal work done as well. So that involves basically coming up with all the paperwork that's needed for the legality aspects of it, making sure you have all of the outlines done for it. If you have an institution that's backing you, you want to make sure that they have all the paperwork that they need to financially back you on that. And lastly, in that part, you want to make sure you brand yourself and advertise your product and service. So you want to reach out to the community. You want to work your connections if you know people around you or know any other entrepreneurs or business owners. You want to make sure you reach out to them and brand yourself and see if there's some way that they can spread that your product or your service throughout the community, so you can reach out and expand your market. So that brings us to the end, which is what have we learned? So first of all, you want to make sure you have the image in mind of the business you want to create, and you want to know the risks before you make that jump. You want to make sure you have the finances in line. You want to make sure you know your competition, and you want to know you have a detailed plan for what you're going to do. And outline that plan so that you can launch your business into the future. And I'll like to end with a quote from former CEO of Apple, Steve Jobs. I just kind of hit to heart on this one. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know what you really want to become. Thank you.